Alright, this is going to be a quick video on how to remove the axle shafts on a 92 Toyota Previa, or really any other Previa or whatever different names that these vans have that's got the drum rear end and obviously no independent suspension. So it's actually really easy as long as you have the right tools. Obviously you have to start with taking the wheel off. Beyond that, you will need to take off the drum. That comes off fairly easily as long as it's not rusted on there. And then beyond that, you will have these access holes. You can see that one right there, kind of in the center of the frame. You have some smaller ones on the axle as well, or on the hub, but you can just ignore those. That one will allow you to fit a 14 millimeter socket, and I was using a 1/2 inch drive and it fit in there perfectly. You can see there's 4 nuts that have to be removed, and that's what holds this backing plate to the rest of the brake assembly, and then effectively to the tube of the axle. So you just remove those 4 by spinning that hole around the length of the hub. You just spin around where you need to be. Those pull off really easy. There are some bolts on the back that you could remove if you wanted to, but they don't really do you any favors by pulling them out, so I would just leave them in there. And then if yours is like mine, and most of them, the axles do get fairly stuck in there, you're not going to be able to just pull them out by hand. But if you use this tool or any other tools like it, this is kit number 41 it's got basically a slide hammer. All you really need is this piece right here, which is the adapter that goes on to the hub. You just slide it on, use the lug nuts to tighten it down. Then you thread the slide hammer in, and then mine only, took maybe 2 or 3 good hits for it to pull out. And then you just have to kind of work that backing plate through the hole. Work this outer bearing and everything right here through the hole, and then the whole thing comes out. Now I want to put this up because 2 things: you do not need to remove the drive shaft. Drive shaft is still connected here. I guess you could if you wanted to, but you're literally just creating extra work for yourself. Mine's still connected, and you don't have to do anything with removing your brake shoes or any of the clips. All of my stuff here is still in place. You can see it's actually just the whole assembly here is loose now that it's not hung on those bolts anymore. But that is it. I'm going to go drop off these 2 axle shafts to get the bearings replaced. One of them for sure has some grinding feeling to it, so I'm sure the bearings it needs to be replaced. I'm going to do them both at the same time. You can see I've got the new bearings over here. The ones that I could find for this without going too far deep online are these National bearings that I picked up from Advance. You can see that's the part numbers there. They do say made in Japan. Good news is when I actually pulled these out, here's one right here. This is what they look like. And the ones that are in this National actually say Koyo on here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says Koyo on the actual seal here. So I'm thinking these are about as good as you can get, although it's about the only thing you can buy when you look these things up locally without going to the dealer. But yeah, that's it. Basically, take the wheel off, take the drum off, 4 bolts, slide hammer, and the whole thing comes out.